far away.
Tarrant small, far away. Tarrant small, far away. That's the highlight of our trip. And PlayCon, which is board game convention we've attended recently in Sydney, Australia. And hi everyone, it's Stella.
And Tarrant from Meeple University.
PlayCon is a convention by the lovely Board Game Barbecue, which has podcasts. Check it out if you haven't. And they are doing this for the second time. They have been doing like mini conventions, and this is the 3-day convention in Sydney. Next year is going to be in ICC, I believe. And it's more of a playing games con. So in my podcast, I talk about the business where you're mainly meeting people, but there's a lot of area for playing games, and that's basically what we did, Tarrant.
Yeah, so PlayCon is, I guess, burgeoning and establishing itself as, you would call it, Australia's largest hobby games convention, modern hobby games convention. Yes. I would say it would not be as large as CanCon at the moment. Summer's Canberra-based convention is probably still the largest in Australia, but that caters to all tabletop, CCGs, war games. It would have started primarily as a war games convention, as well as modern tabletop. But PlayCon is very much focused on modern tabletop.
I think part of it is because the space was limited. They were looking for another place for this year, but couldn't. And hopefully next year, this new place, it'll be even bigger and better. I love PlayCon because I get to meet other content creators and other people that I work with, designers, Australian designers like Phil Walker-Harding, Matt Dunstan, and a few others. And a lot of publishers with prototype games, so get to play a few prototypes, and content creators like Tinkertima, Amy and Maggie were there, and Emily from Shut Up and Sit Down, and a few other content creators. What's your highlight, Darren, in PlayCon?
I have no specific highlight, but it was a good weekend.
Oh, what?
I don't have a specific
Because you love everything about it. Well, my highlight was the fact that you are coming this year, and hopefully you are coming back next year. And the trivia that we did, that's definitely one of the top highlights there. So they have a trivia, it's a general trivia on Friday evening, was it Saturday?
Friday evening.
Thank you. This is a general trivia, and I like to try to recruit people and then form a team. So we got a team here, and I was so happy because Tarrant's here last year. Tarrant wasn't there. A few other people obviously contributed, but because I'm really bad at trivia, so Tarrant would basically help to balance this dynamic.
I am quite good at general trivia.
And my highlight is that when they have this question, who am I? So each round they're going to reveal one statement. So the first one, we got it wrong. The second one, we already submitted our answers, but then Tarrant abruptly straight away, it's very dramatic, abruptly straight away, and then click, and then I was like, I know who it is. And then you ran there, you came back, and then write it back, and then came there, and then we got it right. So 2 out of the 6 information you got, who am I question correct? It's quite impressive.
You just have to think like a trivia host. The first clue was I have won 2 Oscars, so of course you think about obscure ways for people to win 2 Oscars. And then the second clue was I made the transition from television to movies. And
that's enough.
After a little bit of thinking, I realised true trivia question writer would throw that in to be sneaky, and it was Ron Howard.
Yeah, wow. I had no idea.
Going from Happy Days to directing, of course.
Happy Days. What we're going to do in video, by the way, rather than going around. I should have probably mentioned this. So we're going to talk about PlayCon a little bit more, the games we played, the games we got back, and just a little bit of our trip, because we're driving all the way to Sydney. It's about 9-10 hours drive if it's non-stop. Obviously, we stop at several places, and coming back through the coastal part of New South Wales onto Victoria slowly within the next few days. So we got a few great things we bought and we saw.
Yes, that was a first time travel for us down the South and Sapphire coasts, which was good to see.
I'll put the timestamp down in the index timestamp thing below, so you can just skip it or stop it. Entirely up to you. But first, PlayCon games. By the way, I was lucky enough, I managed to record some of my comedy skits, and I got Emily from Shut Up and Sit Down involved. So I'm very excited to edit that and then publish that. And then, yeah, it's one of those where no spoiler. It's interesting. It is in Australia, but I feel like it has got more international exposure compared to, things like CanCon and maybe a little bit of PAX Australia. Garfield Games was there, and a few other publishers like David from Grail Games, and a few board game shops were there as well. All right, what's the first game we played when we were there? The first one ever.
12 Rivers.
Yes.
The first game we played. So this is a republish and a little redevelop that Good Games has picked up from the original publisher. This is a competitive placement game where you're trying to grab marbles off a river. The higher you go in the river, the more definite it is that you'll get the marble that you want, but the more it costs to go there. So yeah, it's an interesting interactive little battle.
That's one of the two games that we saw and play with marbles this year. The next game we played was Fliptoons, which is this one over here from Thunderworks Game.
Yes, we played. This is a new small box, quick little deck builder release that we played a couple of times across the course of the weekend.
It's very fun and unique to itself. It kind of deck building. I feel like also deck destroying. Otherwise, you're not really doing well if you're not diligently discarding and trashing your cards. I think this is also why it's easy to actually do that.
Yeah, it's a very light, very luck-driven kind of fluky little game, but it's also very quick and plays well as a filler, so it fits that space well.
This was just announced, I think, beginning of July. And those are just kind of like the introduction to the weekend. And the next one is Heavy Game. Heavier Game. Yes,
we launched then into an old classic, I suppose, and one that we hadn't played this version of, which is Brussels 1893 with the Belle Epoque expansion. So we had played Brussels 1897 before, which was the card version of it. This was our first time launching into the big, heavy Euro experience that was. And that's a really good game. Mm-hmm. You can feel that old school
frustration,
competitive, box your opponent out, Euro placement. Every decision has all these implications. Sort of game that was big when I was first getting into Euro games, and one that passed me by until now. So I really enjoyed that.
I really enjoy our companies as well. Our friends Chris and Astrid were playing with us, but it is a very frustrating game to me. I mean, in a good way, of course. There's a bidding component where I seems to always outbid and then wasted my money. I feel like one of those shopping trips where I kind of like spend money and then I don't know what I spent it on. I was like, oh, I'm out of money. But it's a good game. Yes. So we're going to alternate here. After that heavy game, we're like, okay, let's just play something light. So we play Octocube, which is a game by my friend Carl Lang, and this is published by Sit Down, and it just been released or will be released soon.
Yes, this is the game that has the magnetic cube, and you roll the cube around, picking up items, trying to collect sets of items. You can bring them back, and then you're trying to create majorities of items. So it's a quick little game. Someone who came up and had played it made the comment that this game is way more fun than it has any right to be, which was, I think, an interesting statement and quite a good one, because I think it was, it looks like a very simple general set collecting game, but it is really fun. And
yeah, it is.
You get all boxed in with these octopus cubes coming in against each other, and it plays so quickly, but has this fun... this majority scoring, so much the scoring is from these majorities at the end that you have your little bit of fun, and then it's like this big reveal at the end. So It actually comes together really well. It's a great filler.
Well done, Carl. Well done. This is in one of my top anticipated games of 2025 because I played the original game, was like 2 years ago or something like that. And my name is on the rulebook as well, apparently. Not apparently. It is on the rule book. I didn't know it was on the rule book. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. It's like, oh, yeah, you had something to do with that. Okay, thanks. So, Octocube. Check it out if you like. It's a family level complexity. It's set collection. Something like it's a bit of a filler, and then every turn is quite quick. The game itself is like, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. It's really quick and fun. And finally, we get a chance to play Bomb Busters.
Yes, we got in 2 days before it won the Spiel des Jahres, I think.
Yes.
Finally got that experience. We hadn't crossed our table up until this point.
I regret not bringing it back from Gen Con last year. Because for some reason, I thought it is a real-time game with logic puzzle deduction. I was like, how am I going to do that? I don't know. I'm going to be really bad. I'm going to disappoint the team all the time. And it's not. And it is way more fun than I thought it was.
Yeah, it comes together really nicely. It's got that crew-level cooperative thinkiness, except with that different pacing where you need to get in the mindset of losing a few lives to get information, but doing so recognizing that you have all those lives to play with. So a little bit of a mindset shift there to get to that point.
Because when you lose your life, then you get to reveal or get some information usually about that particular number.
Yeah.
So technically, you need to match 2 different numbers from you and your mate.
Teammates. Yeah, it's a well-constructed game. I can see why it did quite well. I can't see actually why it won Spiel des Jahres when the crew won Kennerspiel. That's the one bit that surprises me. They sort of, to me, they hit a similar complexity, other than the fact that trick-taking is a more advanced mechanism. But yeah, I'm surprised they ended up in different categories, having now played them both.
There you go. So have you played Bomb Busters? Tell me your experience. And any of these games, if you have played, let us know in the comments as well. So one thing that I noticed when we play Bomb Busters, Tarrant is a type of person, like you are very, very good at logic puzzle deduction, right? And that is a fact, like I swear.
I'm okay at it.
Anyways, well, I mean, maybe compared to me, who knows? So what I notice, what you do is often you don't take the easy way out. You clearly know there's an information there that you can do, but you're taking a risk and think ahead more so that you're taking the risk so other people would gain the easy way out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, try to see where there's information to be released. Because it's not a game about matching, it's a game about information.
This is why I love playing with Tarrant, and he never blamed me for the crap that I would do. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoy Bomb Busters. It's probably one of our best co-op game that we've played. I also sign up to the official game. So they organize, the PlayCon organize official games. And one of them is 2 Rooms and a Boom.
Yes,
We've never played it before.
First time we played this.
Yeah, it was fun. It was chaotic. I was no idea what I was doing. I should do this. I was the red spy. I was like blue. If you have played it, you probably know some of the characters. So you can be red or blue team, and they just split you randomly. And then if you're the red team, you need to get the bomb, the person who is the bomb, and the president in the same area or room. And if you're the blue team, you don't want that to happen.
I think it is like with most social deduction games. It's not really my sort of thing. It's tough for me when you're playing with people you don't know as well.
There were 30 people.
Yes, but I think, and there was a lot of, as a first-time player, there was a lot of information to take in about the specific rules. But I think what was good about it was, it is, because it's so short, having a game that plays that many people and has that social deduction element but adds the urgency, which you don't get out of a multi-hours game of Blood on the Clock Tower or Werewolf. I think that is a really nice feature, and it's kind of your large room one night ultimate werewolf, I suppose.
You don't want this to go on and on and on and on. We just want it to resolve quickly.
Yes.
So back to the trivia. We actually won some board games, which I think we just say, well, somebody else can take it. But two of the games that we played from the pile of games we won was Ghost Blitz, which is a really fun family game where you refill a card and you have to grab something that match the card or something that don't match the card, either color or shape.
Yes, there's five objects, and there'll be two objects on the card, and either both objects on the card will be the wrong color, and so you have to grab the fifth thing, the one that's not represented in color or object, or one of the objects will match perfectly, and you've got to grab that one. So, yeah, it's one of those real-time pattern recognition games which make for a nice filler.
Yep, and the second one that we played from that pile is Wilmot's Warehouse.
Yes.
It's more of a memory game, and storytelling. You put a tile down and then you tell a story for the tiles adjacent to it. And you need to resolve this at the you need to match at the end of the round, the first round. You need to match the picture with the cards that you have. It's memory and I'm really bad at it.
Well, the team did well ultimately.
The team did.
But yeah, it's a clever... I believe it was an online game first.
Right.
But yeah, you're trying to play these abstract images in an order, and by using stories as a pattern recognition for everyone to have an idea of what's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it worked quite well.
So another game that we played, which is probably up there as one of the highlights game I played, was Hot Streak. This is a very fun party game. Think Camel Up. Think, what is that? A driving game?
Downforce.
Thank you, Downforce.
Ready, Set,
yes.
Bet. It is fundamentally, it's a betting game.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the hits of the convention. I think the games I saw being played the most were that and Lord of the Rings: Fate of the Fellowship. Of course, very new and hot. This is a very fine example of a betting game. You do a snake draft of bets and you're betting on 4 races for who'll come first, second, third, and there's a side bet that is like, will someone come bottom 2, will people be disqualified, things like that. And you're collectively building up a deck of cards because there's a deck of cards for all the races, and then you get to add 1 card to that so that you can try to stack it in your favour. And then you just deal the cards out and move the races. And they're these big figurines. The race is chaos. They turn around. They crash into each other.
Yes. And the character of the race, they are very cute.
Yes, they are mascots.
Mascots,
so it's
that's
like
right.
someone in a hot dog costume. You can see the eyes. It makes more so than... Because Camel Up Hall has all these levels of... tactics involved and cards that you can play. This one is just bet, add 1 card, and then let it reveal. So it makes for a great casual, quick filler game that everyone's going to have fun with all the chaos.
Plays a lot of players. At one of the games, we play with Martin Wallace and Phil Walker-Harding. It was. I think I won one of those games, which is like, oh, got lucky. It was like, I don't know, there's no skills involved.
In this case, yes, you get lucky.
Oh, thanks. Not skill at all, Tarrant.
Not skill.
So the next game that we play, speaking about Martin Wallace, we play one of his prototypes. What is his working title?
It's in Crowd is the working title. It's a microcosm of Balderdash. I suppose.
Never played Balderdash before.
It's essentially matching up a fake word with one of 4 definitions, and you want to be the player. You don't want to be the odd one out.
Yes. It reminds me of Herd Mentality. You don't want to be the odd one out. So it's a quick, fun game.
Yes, and I believe it had been designed 4 days earlier. Very early prototype.
A week earlier or something.
And we did play a few prototypes across the course of the weekend.
Yeah. You played.
They had a designer's alley there, and we also had designs from some of our friends and people that we knew who were showing things out. So I had played a prototype. I played a couple without you. So there was one called Bluffons, which was a game where players are one word at a time, building a story together and trying to sneak their secret word into it. So, and you've got to try to guess whether someone snuck their word in or not. So you're trying to say obscure words as a norm, but do that. So there's that one. And then there was a game called Dumspter Divers, which is a clever little drafting game. There'll be a pool of food. Your raccoons scavenging for food. There's a pool of food tokens, and you've got all these different objectives you're trying to meet, and someone will take some food, and you've got the option to steal that -1 and add that to your collection, or let them get their food as they've taken. So it's got sort of this clever little blind bidding option there, and a lot of objectives you're chasing. So that one was pretty clever.
Did you take photos?
I did not. I took a photo. I took a photo of the name of the game so that I could remember it.
The name! Roll eyes, roll eyes.
I wasn't thinking ahead to this content.
I'm the one that's usually taking photos, so you just assume that, which is fair. I'm the photo takers and you the rules remembering, confirming person.
Others we played, so Cultured Swines was a prototype that we played. It was a very well-formed prototype. I think it's up to a production level prototype.
Yeah.
I think it was still a prototype, but that is a couples party game where you play as couples and you get these, you're trying to, it's kind of like match game in a way where the couple is trying to work in real time to sequence things in an order, like
Topics.
yeah, it's got a topic and arrange these from least to most, and you're doing it secretly from each other, and also betting on which ones you think you'll definitely match and which ones you won't. But you're doing all of this in real time because there's this little set collection element where if you go quickly, you get the best choices at set collection, and the points you try to score there. So it's a nice little mix of a dinner party game, as well as the theme is dinner party, but as well as it's got this light little modern hobby element into it.
It's really cute. Like the humans are pigs. We play with 2 other couples. We couldn't finish our game. It was really late at night and I need my sleep. But it was a really fun game, and the highlight of that game is that we never match. Or one or twice.
If we got a match, we got a non-match that lost the points.
Yeah. We're really horrible at this. And same with code names to it. We just don't think
we're not really
similar.
horrible at it. It's just our lateral thinking is not perfectly in sync, which is fine.
Yes, which is fine. Yeah.
What sort of conversation are you going to have with each other if you're just like, yes, dear, I agree with that?
I know,
and
it's so boring. Yeah. Yes. Like, Tarrant, did you take photos? No.
How is that related?
I don't know. Like you being salty for a game that we played 8 years ago. Still salty because I apparently stole 14 points. Even made it to our wedding speech.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Other prototypes. So we played it's called Squatter, a New Generation. So
it's Australian.
Yeah, so Squatter is kind of long since known as the Australian Monopoly. It's a sheep station building game, but then the game just keeps wearing you down with all the things that make life difficult for farmers, like droughts and having to vaccinate your sheep and all of that sort of thing. But it's a game that was a roll-to-move Monopoly style of thing. And so Cheryl has been developing that with the
original,
with the descendant of the original.
That's right.
Designer, to try to bring a more predictable modern hobby style of play into.
No more roll to move. It's an economic game.
Yeah, and it does turn it into very much an economic game, a game where you're trying to now, instead of the game just attacking you constantly, you've got the option to get these upgrades where you're preventatively vaccinating your sheep, you're preventatively putting in fire protection, drought protection, things like that. And then later in the game, all the events are going to start to come out randomly, and you'll find out whether what you've prepared for protects you or not. So, it's coming along really well.
So the other games that we played and we got is Toy Battle.
Toy Battle, yes. This was a nice little surprise. A very simple little two-player tactical game. It's kind of as light as a war game could be. It's been described as a little bit stratego-y as well. You're just trying to you've got pieces numbered from 1 to 7 and a wild, and you're trying to put your pieces out and either capture little areas to get medals or create a chain so that you can take over the opponent's
Castle.
headquarters.
Headquarters, yes.
And they're all the different... You can only take over a space if you play something with a higher number, and then all the tiles have these little powers. So clever, quick little game.
Yeah. So, all right, we're getting there. We play Pergola, which is a new release by Rebel Games, who did Meadows.
Yes, it's very much in the Meadows style.
I swear, it's like one of the most beautiful games I've seen. You go, and then I talk about the components.
Yes, I would say it's ultimately a very light drafting set collection game. You will have every time you take a turn, you'll be drafting some resources, which are flowers and insects, mostly flowers. And then there's an action underneath it, which you'll be taking, which is a way of gaining insects. And then you're trying to combine insects and flowers in various combinations. And you can kind of freeform put them on your board.
Yes.
The board is set up in this way that it's just a blank garden, and then how you put the pieces down, whether you grow your vines over here or you have the leaves in the tree or how you want to do it is up to you. And that gives it a game with a really great table presence.
Yeah, I love that you need to work for your points as well. You get standard points, but to get extra your points, you need to choose certain actions to multiply your points. And also the action selection, it probably does nothing. Well, it's very pretty and very organized. It counts how many turns you have left, but you get the gardening tools, you put it in your pots. It's really pretty.
Yes.
The other one is Papyria. This is an upcoming release by RN Games, so it will be as in release. It's a Euro game, it's a rondel game, and I love it.
Yeah, this is a game, I would say it doesn't have the most obvious table presence, but it is a double rondel game, and you'll be moving. You've got an inner track and an outer track. You move around and take actions from the inner and outer spaces, and what you're mostly doing is trying to build up a personal network of rivers and mountains and stuff like that, and pick up scoring tiles and multipliers. And all of this is going to come together. You want to get these things.
Multipliers are really good. You have to work for your own points, and I love that.
Yeah, and it's got this element where you can't just focus in one place and get like one type of objective which is worth hundreds of points and just keep spamming that.
Yes.
Because each time you score, your score is limited by a separate track, which is knowledge. And so you've got to build up the knowledge track as well. And it feels like points are coming thick and fast.
You trash us. You smash everybody. You just like, who's the second winner? Like, you're the first.
In this instance, yes, I won by about 180 points.
Yes, and then I was like half my point, and then the rest.
But I had read the rules, so I think I understood a couple of the nuances a little bit better than everyone else did at the time.
But you explained it well.
But I think what comes out is it can actually end up being a bit of a aggressive little game when the right scoring things are in certain places and you want to try to snatch them just so other players can't score them. It also has a clever positive player interaction element where you can go in and you can go into the same space where someone is and give them resources to get resources from the supply. So it fits together really neatly. It's a clever game.
A game to really look at Essen this year. It's like seriously, I would recommend it. It's from a small-ish publisher. I wouldn't say like something like Pure Spiel or the Terraforming Guys people. Hi, Jacob. In a good way. So it's really good. I've managed finally, like, I know that they're there. This is the first time I play one of their games, and I really enjoy it. So Papyria.
Yes. We played the new Phil Walker Harding game with Phil Walker Harding, which is 2001 A Space Odyssey. This is a one versus many game where Hal is trying to kill the astronauts and the astronauts are trying to kill Hal. So it's one player playing as Hal and the others kind of running around trying to fight fires in a co-op-y type way.
Thanks, Phil
And also get
Harding, for
objectives.
playing with us and teaching us the game and gave us a review copy.
Yes, and I remember we were having a fun conversation with him later where he was, I think we were talking about Toy Battle. We were talking about something we'd played, and he was talking about how he
Yes, Toy Battle.
doesn't enjoy and is not good at designing like games with tactical elements. And we were thinking about it, and it's like, none of your games have movement up until this one, and so it actually has movement, and it was a.
He lost Toy Battle with Matt Dunstan.
Right.
Yes.
We're having a chuckle about the fact that this game has the most rudimentary tactics in it possible. It's like once per game, Hal can close each door, and the humans can then play a card to open the door, and then it's open forever.
That's it.
That's
the most
as
tactical.
deep as the tactical side.
He said it. It was actually funny.
Yes.
He played as Hal, and we really enjoy this. Phil Harding's design, it tends to be like simple. Like things don't need to be complicated, and we love it in this one. It's just perfect complexity. I didn't watch the movie. Sorry, Tarrant. The disappointment.
No, I wouldn't expect.
Or maybe
it to.
I did.
It's a very.
No, very classic. I should really watch it.
It is very classic.
Yes.
You will get thoroughly bored.
Oh, my point.
It is a piece of cinema to be appreciated more than anything else.
But my point is, you don't have to watch the movie. It's just one versus many with hidden movement.
Yeah.
At some point, Phil was being frustrated and trying to discard our cards but fail, trying to make us not speak. At some point, we couldn't talk to each other. But, when we say something, he needs to listen to it as well. So it's a very fun game.
Yes.
Another prototype that we play, the working title is called Gumball Machine. Now, Sam McDonald or S.J. McDonald designed it, and this is going to be published by Non-Garfield Games. So you might know it's Sam's designed by a lot of Garfield games, but this one is more kind of like a family game. I think he hits the nails with the mechanics, which is a very cool looking 3D machine that will randomize the marbles. That's the second game that we actually see with marbles.
Yeah, it's kind of a double shuffle mechanism. So it's a bag builder. When you draw your marbles at the end of each round, you put them in a ramp, which is on the top level. And then when you take an action from a ramp, it dumps randomly into two pools down the bottom. So you're using each set of marbles twice. If too many build up, you get penalised. So you're trying to optimise what sets go where.
Yep.
So there's something good in that.
Marbles we'll use to complete contracts, and there's positive play interaction. So this is still prototype, so still work in development.
Yes.
So one other prototype we've played is Craig Sommerton's new game. So it might be an IP game. We don't know yet. It's a really simple family level trick-taking game.
Yeah, introduction to trick-taking is the view of it, and it has a few different forms and modules, so it's going to I think, be a combined anthology kind of game that has several ways of being introduced to trick-taking. So, it works well at the demographic it's pitched to.
Yeah. And so, you also got some games there over there, Tarrant?
Yeah, picked up a couple of others. Flip 7s for everyone. So it was Flip 7s for everyone. Mm-hmm. A copy of Flip 7 was attached to your lanyard when you entered PlayCon.
Yeah,
so everyone got a Flip
7.
7. I think they played a massive game of it at some point.
We met the designer.
Yes.
So this is his new game, Jono. So Hot Pot, we played the bubble tea game. It was very fun.
Yes.
I mentioned that in the Bali vlog. We play with niece and nephew. They really enjoy it.
Yep. So this one is Hot Pot.
And we got a copy of Buzz. So it's not a new game. Let us know if you have played this, if you enjoy it, what you think of Buzz.
Yep, it's the capstone cross version of Bus. Of course, the first spotter game. It's one I've wanted to have on my shelf for quite some time.
That's basically all the games. Other games that we've played that we play there that we've played before.
Yep. We had Doodle Dash there, played a number of games of that. Duck and Cover. they're great convention fillers.
Yeah. We went through from Sydney to Melbourne through the coastal area. We saw like beautiful scenery. It's very cold, but it's all well worth it.
Yeah, I think they call it the Grand Pacific Drive, or part of it, and you really can get some nice views, some nice bridges over wide river mouths and things like that. Lots of good fish and chips as we went down there. Lots of places known for oysters, but there were no fresh oysters
at the time
on our journey. New South Wales.
Yeah.
When we went to one of the oyster places in Batemans Bay, we learned why. So 2 weeks before, New South Wales coast had extremely heavy rain, which meant a lot more fresh water was coming down the rivers through the estuarial areas where the oysters are normally farmed. And when that happens, because they are filter feeders mostly of salt water, the water from upstream has more parasites and stuff like that. Basically, the Department of Food or Department of Health has to close down the oyster farms until the excessive rainwater has gone out and it's back to its normal salinity. So that was probably the main thing that was lacking from the journey compared with what was expected. But that's good. I was fearing that like landslides were going to make paths uncrossable before we went down. So if that's the worst,
that didn't happen. Yeah, that's good.
Then that's all right.
It's such a great drive. We both take turns, obviously, driving, and I got Tarrant into Audible, so which is like what I started to listen to while I'm doing my chores, podcast, audiobook, and so on.
Yeah, as we often do, we went to. I think we've got our holiday eating down pat. Go to lots of restaurants, but only order one meal and split it, and that way we can test lots of things. As usual, we've come home with lots of regional sauces.
Yes, the hot sauces.
Yeah, some very nice ones.
I can recommend.
Yeah.
I can recommend one thing. It's called. This is Board Game Review channel, and this is not hot chili sauce channel. But I have to say that I was very impressed with a hot chili. It's called chili pickled, a fermented chili by fermentalists. It's like mentalist, fermentalists. And I looked it up. Like I bought one and I looked up. Oh, they have a website. Like free delivery. Up if you order $100.
There's a lot of chili coming soon, isn't there?
Including your potentially most favorite barbecue sauce.
There was some good. We didn't have that many barbecue sauces.
But we got online.
Got a few hot sauces, some regional cheeses.
Coming, yes.
Saw some cute towns. So
and cows.
Central Tilba
yes.
is a cute one down the coast.
Yeah.
Spent a bit of time in Eden, interesting old whaling village that has some good history behind it. Lots of good rocky cliff lookouts and some whale watching near Jervis Bay.
Yeah, that's actually, if I have to say my top 3 highlights in no particular order, first one is whale watching. We saw some whales. It was very majestic. And the second one is the killer whale who actually worked with human in the past for killing other whales. I mean, it doesn't happen anymore, but the fact that human and killer whale work together and then they all get their own benefits, it's impressive. And the third one is the pool that is made from natural. So that's kind of like in area from the sea and they made a pool. So it's like a natural pool from the seawater. It's really great.
Yep, that was the blue pool in somewhere. Merimbula? Bermagui?
Pambula? Something like that.
There's a lot of Buellas down the coast.
And that's it. Now I switch my gear to Gen Con. We're preparing to go to Gen Con. I mean, when I say we, Tarrant's prepared to hold the fort. I prepared to go. We've got our Gen Con anticipated games already out, so check that out if you like. And thanks for watching. Let us know how you've been and see you next time, or maybe see you at Gen Con. Bye.